Hello everyone, my name is Gary Beattie. Some of you might remember me. I ran in an election last year. Maybe you don't remember me for that, maybe for other reasons, but however it is, I just want to tell you a story about what happened to me last night in my hometown, in my own house. At about 9 o'clock, armed detectives, armed response unit, smashed my front door in without warning, and even though I tried to get to the door to open it, they still smashed it in on top of me, pulled me out of the house under the threat of guns, put me face down in my front garden in front of my whole community, and kept me there and started screaming at me, "Who's in the house? Who else is in the house?" and whatnot. I have no idea why they were doing it at the time. And eventually, after a few minutes, I was allowed to get back onto my feet, pull my shorts back up over me, because they were down. Got into my house, and then a warrant was produced. And on this warrant, it didn't have my name, it didn't even have my full address, it had an air code. And the warrant was for a search for cocaine. Now, anyone who knows me knows I don't do cocaine, and I was never involved in cocaine at any point in my life, ever. So that's the first thing. So I realised that they made an error, and I started questioning them, and I asked where did they get the information from to suggest that I might be involved in cocaine. And a female garda said to me that a certain individual, a named individual, was visiting my house on a regular basis, and they believed, either known or unknown to me, that he might have been storing drugs in my house. As it turns out, the guy they were on about has never been inside the door of my house. He's never even been inside the front gate, and they got the wrong house completely. But never mind that part of it. When they realised that, they still insisted on searching my house to try and find something. They ended up empty-handed and found nothing. Not even a cigarette paper. Not even a cigarette butt. Found nothing. So, it's no doubt in my mind that they were totally wrong. It's no doubt in my mind that the information they had was totally wrong. There's no doubt in my mind that they raided the wrong house. The named individual had nothing to do with me. Besides that, they had no apology. They left my front door in a right fucking mess altogether. I've already, put together a report for GSOC, or the new FUSRU, or whatever it's called. I went to Ballina Garda Station tonight to make a complaint. They won't accept my complaint. They said that the warrant was legit and that it was for my house. So what they're alleging is that I'm involved in the distribution of cocaine. So the reason I'm making this video is just to let people of my community know what actually happened, and that there's no way, absolutely no way, I'm involved in any kind of cocaine distribution or whatever it is, and that the guards have this one wrong, and that I will be pursuing this to the full extent. Not alone did they smash my front door, compromise my house, and leaving it in a way that is no longer secure. Not alone did they embarrass me and totally humiliate me in front of all my neighbours. Not alone have they had the whole town talking about me in a way that maybe I am involved in something like this. I'm going to clear my name, and I am going after these guards that did this. Not individually, but in a way that they will know that they can't actually do this. They can't actually go after people in this way. It's crazy. I believe that the reason they did it was political. I believe it was political motivation behind it. Because there's only three things that could have happened here. One, their information was incorrect and they're inept. Two, the information never existed and they just used it to raid my house. Or three, a combination of both. So that means either they're inept, corrupt, or inept and corrupt. And like I say, I'm just outside Ballina Garda Station now. I did try and go in and make a complaint. They wouldn't allow me make a complaint. They refused, and and even when I said, "Can you acknowledge that I came in to try and making a complaint? Can you put that on record?" They refused to do that as well. So there'll be no record of me going in trying to make a complaint about what they did to me. So just as well I recorded it. C'est la vie. But I'm just making this video to clear my name. I don't want anyone thinking that I was ever involved in anything like that. I have a history from 20 something years ago, but I've had a clean nose for a very, very, very long time, and I've been trying to do something else with my life. And for this to happen to me in the way it happened is a disgrace. For these guards to think that they can come in and threaten and intimidate and use guns and point them at people in the wrong, like they did last night to me, is a disgrace. For them not to admit to it, not to admit that they got it wrong, is a disgrace. But that's these guys for you. Can't admit when they're wrong. Will try and, even when they are wrong, like even last night when they realised that they got the wrong house, they still searched my house from top to bottom to try and find something, to justify their ineptitude and their corruption. And they found nothing. Not a thing. Not even a cigarette paper, like I said. It's crazy. That's the guards for you today, though. That's these muppets in here for you. That's who they are. This is what they do. They target people who may challenge them. They target people who question them. These guys. That's what they do. And then when they're caught out in it, they just close rank. I'm looking at, if anybody out there knows a good solicitor who can take on these people for what they did to me, I'd appreciate hearing about that. So I've been quiet for a year. You just woke a sleeping monster, lads. This is your fault.